After the collapse of the Soviet Union, many people lost their jobs. And it was a very great test for them because they needed feed their families. 1996, December, cold winter in Kyrgyzstan. Despite of the weather, this young woman went to the bazaar to sell tomatoes so she could feed her 3 little children. Desperate and hopeless, suddenly she burst into tears in the middle of the market. She was tired and broken. Her pain burst inside of her. Then, from the middle of nowhere, a Korean woman sat down next to her. She gave a hug to this crying woman. She listened to her story. At that time, this crying woman didn't care who was the stranger because she just needed someone who could listen to her pain. Of course, she couldn't tell everything in details, but one question she could ask was, "Who loves me?" And who's this woman today? 30 years after, she went on raised on 2 great kind-hearted kids. She's a great pastor in Kyrgyzstan. Just like the Korean woman, she's sharing her love, listening to someone's stories. And she's bringing back hope for the hopeless. And this is my mom. In 2015, me and my husband, we moved to Japan. At that time, I didn't speak any Japanese. Expect for konnichiwa. I didn't have friends, and I just had a brand new baby. And this circumstance made me feel stressed. Everything was new, and I was crying all the time. I had depression. And in order to escape from this real life, I started using social media, like Instagram, and I became a blogger. And from there, I would get a lot of questions from my followers, such as, what's the meaning of life? How can I be a better person? How can I change myself? And I was thinking, why all these people asking such questions? Because I'm just like them, vulnerable. And I have so many problems, such as anxiety, panic attacks, depressions. And I try to find the answers. You know what I could understand? There are so many people who are almost at the same situation around the world. Struggling for 4 years, I could finally decide to find the answer. And that's the idea came. I created an online community where people with hard times could gather together and just share with their pain. And I called it Update Me. And even though it's been 3 months, we have more than 100 people from all around the world sharing with their stories with different backgrounds. And based on them, I write articles. I help them and I listen to their stories. And you know what's the amazing thing about this is that I could see changes little by little. For example, there is a girl, when she was 19, she was forced to get married. And she was constantly abused and beaten by her husband. Then she decided to run away from him. And she came home and said, "Mommy, please accept me." But mom said, "You're pregnant. I can't. I'm sorry." And now she's 30. For so many years, she was depressed. She was afraid. And somehow she found my online community. And seeing her smile now, sharing with her stories, writing blogs, and helping other girls made me feel that this is the greatest gift. And also, I could see hope through this. It means I could do little changes through little actions. And amazing thing about this is that I started trying new things and changing myself, even though I'm so much a weak person with so many problems, but I could make a difference. And studying and researching to be able to reply to those questions such as, how can I be different? How can I change myself? I want to share with 3 things today with you. Number 1, accept your weakness. When we accept our weakness, the great transformation will start in your life. And I do understand in our country, we were forced to hide our weakness, be perfect, and by chasing the perfectionism, we forget our own identity. We forget about ourselves. We lose peace, and we don't have motivation. And this girl who was trying to chase this perfect life. I was showing Instagram how great I am. I'm traveling around Japan, and I'm enjoying my life. But in the reality, I was dying inside. But when I came to the point when I pressed the red button, I said, no, this is not me. This is real me. And I'm taking responsibility. That's the moment when I could change myself. Number 2. I really like this saying, the strong person is the one who can say, help me. Me and my husband, on social media, we look so happy. In real life, we used to fight a lot. Fight about money, fight about time, fight about children. And there was a time when I said, I can't do this anymore. It was too much for me. I couldn't tell to my friends because I was ashamed. I was afraid that people would judge me. But when it was the top of the hardest time, we said, help us. It was the first time when we were looking for the help. And we found a mentor who was guiding us and helping us. And maybe you are asking now, who is the mentor? But mentor is someone who can just listen to your story. Number 3, help others. You know, human being is when we have hard times, we love to concentrate on our problems. We love to concentrate on ourselves. But instead, let's do opposite thing. Why not we concentrate on others? Studies shows that when you're depressed and when you are having hard time, help someone else. At that moment, you can have better solution for your own problems because you will have such skills like listening, being objective, and you can apply these skills in your life. 3 months ago, I was walking on the street and I saw this poor woman. It was very cold, and her little boy didn't move at all, so I was worrying because I have a daughter. And I just came and I sat down next to her and I said, are you okay? Can I help you somehow? And she was telling me her story about how she lost her husband. She's blind, her 2 children are sick. And I just hugged her. I just gave this warm hug and I said, I'm here. And she started crying like a little baby because for the first time, somebody asked, are you okay? Knowing that I'm helpless, I don't have a lot of money, I started writing a story about her, and then so many people, they were just donating money, food. Thanks to these kind people, she's not part of the society, part of the community. And her children are going to school. But there was the one thing that I cannot forget till now. The question she asked me was, who loves me? At that time, I didn't have any answers, but right now I have for you. It's me, and it's you. God bless. Thank you.